This is a massive 5-part video series where we take you all around Te Tai Tokerau Northland, showing you the amazing food and drink options in this region. This video, which is going to be a 2-parter, is based in the Bay of Islands. We're exploring this area, the Bay of Islands. We're at our first spot. We've got a bit of a welcoming party. Hello! We're at Helena Bay Gallery and Cafe. Got our awesome St. Bernard welcoming party here. You're going to come in with us, grab a coffee. Let's head inside.
I'm Thomas.
And I'm Sheena, and we're chasing a plate.
We hope you're hungry. Let's eat. What a place to start the day. We've stepped into this gorgeous tropical garden. There's artwork all around, birds are chirping. It is stunning. It's really, really nice here. We're going to grab a coffee, get the day started on the right note. So massive food journeys we're on. This is the second one. We've been down around Whangarei and south of Whangarei, just eating, drinking great stuff. Now we're heading into the Bay of Islands, and this is going to be a 2-parter because there is so much good food around here. We thought, let's do 2 whole videos so we can fit as much in as possible. Let's get into it.
I can't think of a better place to start today. So we're looking out over this valley to Helena Bay in the distance. We're sitting on the terrace here, date Scone coffees, and we're surrounded by artwork. So Helena Bay Gallery and Cafe, loaded with Northland artists' work, as well as artists from all around Aotearoa. And it's just this wonderland of native plants, native bird life. It is the perfect place to kick off this Bay of Islands road trip.
Look at this, truly magical. We've made our way down the hill from the cafe, so we're now on the beach that we were looking over from the cafe for our morning coffee. We're making our way to a vineyard for a lunch, but we knew we wanted to give ourselves some time for this drive because there's views like this the whole way along. It's an hour-long drive with views like this the whole way. Far out. Stunning.
Oh my goodness, that drive was drop dead gorgeous. Those beaches were absolutely spectacular. But where we've arrived at is an equally beautiful spot. Look at this. We're at Pador Bay Winery. So the Bay of Islands is Northland's wine country. We're here at Pador Bay to check out Sage Restaurant, and these guys are serious about celebrating Northland's amazing ingredients. Let's head in and meet the team. I want to show you this neat thing here in the Sage menu. So they've got a map showcasing whereabouts in Northland the ingredients come from. So smoked fish from the far north in Doubtless Bay, there's oysters from Russell. We've ordered up a bunch of dishes. We're going to head straight into the kitchen and see what's cooking up. I'm hanging out with Executive Chef Dan Fraser and his team here in the kitchen at Sage. Tell us about the menu here.
We're Northland inspired, so we try and showcase Northland produce.
And you've got also all your veg and herbs coming from the kitchen gardens.
We buy some in, but we've got a large amount that we're growing on site. We've got orchards down below, we've got herb gardens here, and a bigger vegetable garden down below.
Wow. It's going to be a special lunch. So we've got smoked fish from the far north in Doubtless Bay. We've got
oysters from just down the road.
Oysters from just down the road. Oh yeah. This is Bream Bay line caught snapper, and we're just talking to Chef Dan about how the kitchen doesn't waste a thing. So obviously the fillets will be used in the mains, and then what happens to the rest of it?
We make red wine fish sauce, which is the sauce which will be going on your snapper, and we also make fish stocks for risottos and such.
Yum, 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 no waste. These oysters come from Orongo Bay in Russell, so 9 kilometres away. We also ordered some smoked fish pate. The oyster is so plump. It's covered in melted kimchi butter, black vinegar, apple. Oh, they're plump and creamy, absolutely delicious. I wouldn't normally go for cooked oysters. I love them raw, but that is beautiful. Tangy from that kimchi, yum. Wow, it looks incredible, wow. What a beautiful plate of food. So line caught snapper, tuatua, which are a clam, which are endemic to New Zealand, baby vegetables, some greens from the garden, and then it's covered in this sauce, which is made from roasted fish bones, and then Pador Bay wine. I'm just gonna swipe my finger. Beautiful, so rich. Got to get into this fish, it just looks sensational. Cooked to perfection, crispy, juicy. This is just the perfect thing to be eating with a view like this. The smells coming from the table are next level.
What a place to have a long lunch. This view is unbelievable, the food's incredible. I've got this beef dish and wow, stunning, stunning looking dish. This whole environment, the staff are incredible, the location's incredible, the food is very good, the wine's great. I've got the Chardonnay grown right here on the property. What a place to just while away an afternoon. It doesn't get much better in my books, it's just gorgeous.
Whoa!
That is
citrus from the
so
garden,
pretty.
sage from the garden.
Oh, beautiful.
Homemade chocolate ganache, and we've got the citrus gastric.
We're sharing a chocolate tart to round off our long winery lunch. Citrus from the garden, sage and flowers from the kitchen garden. Special, it looks real good. So these Northland itineraries, I just want to talk to you a bit about those. They're aimed at people who travel to eat, people like us, people who want to discover a place through the food and drink of the region. And so everywhere that we're showing you in these videos, in this series, are part of these Northland itineraries. But we're just, you know, covering the tip of the iceberg. There are so many producers and restaurants and cafes that we aren't going to be able to visit in this series. And you can find all of these places in the description below. So go and check out those itineraries, create your own food journey of Te Tai Tokerau. There is so much to discover here.
A super unique thing to this part of the trip. So we're heading for our next place. We've had that lovely long lunch and we're heading to a brewery, but part of the road is actually across the water on a car ferry. So you come on the barge, takes you across, and the highway carries on. It's real neat. So this beautiful little water crossing. Something really special for us filming this series is that we're from Northland, so this is our part of the world, and it's really neat to get to show you all places we love and a part of the world that we absolutely adore. The next place is a brewery. We're at House Brewery, so we've made our way to Paihia. That's where we're staying tonight. So we're coming for just a quiet afternoon drink, and then we're going to our accommodation. We're catching a ferry tonight to dinner. We're going to Russell for dinner. It's a really neat part of the world just for cruisy lifestyle, drink, ferry, dinner.
Let's go.
House is good. Let's get in there.
Look at this lineup. So I'm hanging out with Andy, who's the bar manager here at Fat House Brewing. So everything's brewed on site, eh?
Yes, everything's brewed on site. Out the back here we have a number of different brew houses. We've got a 500 litre brew house, which is just coming from Europe, so that's for all our technical beers, which are a bit more of our small batch. And then our main beers, our core beers that we have, we do in a 1600 litre tank, and that's a much bigger batch brewing. So we really enjoy it, but we're still well in control of everything, and we're developing some really good flavours. So.
What's your favourite at the moment?
Our favourite's always a hazy, seems to be. Our hazy is beautiful, and that's also followed closely by the APA at the moment.
Ooh, okay. So you're gonna pour. I'm
going to pour you a couple of paddles here. This is going to give you a broad range of what we do here at Fat House. It's going to give you a nice range of everything. Lots of flavours there, and hopefully you enjoy it, and you can tell me what your favourite might be.
Wow,
so
bring it on.
I will pour away.
I'm very lucky because Sheena said she'll take the keys to get us back the very short drive to town, to our accommodation. So I've got a couple of paddles lined up. So you can get these sample paddles because they have a lot of beers on tap here. So this one, for instance, is the Fat House Hazy, Acid House Sour, Lager Noir, Volcano Scottish, and we just let them choose their favourite ones they thought we'd like to try. Look at this environment, it's so chilled out. Sun's pouring in. This is the sour. So this is called the Acid House Sour, and it's a grapefruit sour. I really enjoy sour beers, and they sit so well for me in this type of environment. Sun coming in, refreshing, great place. All brewed here, all the brewing stuff's out the back, and you can just chill out and have a lovely afternoon drink. It's a cool place. What a posse. Great fun. Now they do food as well, but we are obviously not eating because we've had that massive lunch. Now we're going for a big dinner, but they do pizzas and stuff too. Real casual place. Real neat.
We're just waiting on the pier for the passenger ferry to take us from Pai here over to Russell for dinner. And as I was saying before, these itineraries are jam-packed with spots. So Pai here itself has got a range of different places for you to dine. There's Charlotte's Kitchen right on the wharf here, great drinks, pizza. If you're wanting a bit more fine dining, there's Terra, which is fantastic. There's coffee at Third Wheel Coffee. There's loads and loads of places, but we're jumping on the ferry and heading to an icon of the Bay of Islands for dinner. How cool is this? Catching a ferry to dinner. The Bay of Islands is made up of 144 islands, and it's a really historical region of Te Tai Tokerau Northland. It's home to the treaty grounds, so the Waitangi Treaty Grounds, which is the most historical site in Aotearoa. And where we're heading to for dinner, Russell, has its own unique history. It was known as this rowdy, lawless port, but now it's a beautiful, quaint township, which is home to the Duke of Marlborough, where we're heading to for dinner. The Duke of Marlborough is a local icon. It has been around in some form or another since 1827. Straight into the action at the Duke of Marlborough. We're here in the kitchen, in amongst the team. I love eating here. This is a very special menu. It's a menu in which you can find traditional Māori dishes, traditional Māori ingredients. And I'm just about to have a chat to head chef Tama Salib about the menu and what makes it so special. I love eating here because I can find traditional Māori dishes on the menu and traditional Māori ingredients. And we were talking before about you finding your identity through the food and through the menu. Can we talk a bit about that?
Yeah, sure. I think what it is with the, first of all, is finding a local identity as well. So to find your resources locally and then work out how to integrate them into the mainstream. So when it comes to traditional Māori food, there's a lot of stuff out there that we're not aware of, that we need to learn about. And we spent a week with Joe McLeod a couple of weeks ago. He showed us about 60 to 70 different varieties of plants. We've learned how to we're learning how to integrate those into the mainstream.
My favourite dish on the menu is the boil up.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what the boil up is made up of?
So our meat proteins in the boil up, we've got bacon bone. It's got a really nice smoky flavour, it's got a lot of meat on it, and most of it's edible, so the little bits in the middle are just the cartilage, which you can actually eat. Yeah. So there's 100% meat there. We use pork belly, and we have the titi as well. So the titi is hangi, so we get our meat from Rewi the hangi master from Auckland. Yeah. And he brings up our titi for us, still warm, straight from the hangi. We wrap them in the cabbage and steam them slightly in the cabbage so that it gives a little bit more of that hangi flavour back into the vegetable, into the cabbage. And we've got kumara, potato and pumpkin in there as well. Yeah. And we use a watercress and rocket oil to emulate that herb, that greenery that you would get in there.
Yeah, and what's on the side?
Oh, we use our fried bread. So we got our auntie's own fried bread recipe. She's a lady that's been working for us for over 10 years now, and that's her recipe. And so we called it Auntie's fried bread. Yeah.
Tasty as. Sitting out on the terrace at the Duke. The water is literally 10 metres away and it is a beautiful evening. I love eating here, the food is fantastic, and as I was saying before, not only do they celebrate traditional Māori food, they champion Northland produce. So we've ordered 2 starters. We've got ikamata, which is Cook Island raw fish salad, hapuka cured with lime, I think there's some red onion in there. Thomas has gone for Paroa risotto, which is abalone. So Paroa is a special New Zealand ingredient, it's a sea snail. That looks really creamy. That fish is swimming in coconut cream. Holy moly, that is so good. It's fresh, it's light, it heroes the fish. Delicious. Oh god, that looks good. Fried bread, yes. Our mains have arrived. Thomas opted for pork belly and I went for the hangi, titi and pork belly boil up. Boil up is my all-time favourite Māori dish. I love it. What it is essentially pork bones, vegetables, root vegetables, boiled up together, which creates this amazing stock and this beautiful melt in your mouth meat and veg. Oh, that broth is so rich. You know, there is no other restaurant in Aotearoa in which you can order boil up, so it's a really special dish. This is destination dining, and it also is amped up because of the titi. So titi is a delicacy, it's a seabird. You can't find it on restaurant menus, so you have to come here and order this dish. That titi is next level. Titi has a really unique flavour. It's a seabird, it eats a lot of fish, so it tastes like fish. If you love strong fishy flavours, titi is for you. I'm really glad that it's on the menu here. You don't see it anywhere in New Zealand. It's mainly food that you'll find in the home, and we've been lucky enough to eat it at a lot of friends' houses. But to see it on the menu makes me, I don't know, it just fills me with joy. I feel so happy because it gives Kiwis a chance to try an ingredient that is uniquely New Zealand, uniquely Aotearoa special. And then I've got a fry bread to go with it, so I'm just going to rip this up, dunk it in that stock. Perfection.
And it's pork belly for me. The crackle on top of this is going to be amazing. Very tender meat, juicy layer of fat, mega crackle and super crunch on the skin. That's delicious. Things they're doing here are very interesting. It's so neat seeing the local ingredients, the Māori styles of cooking, the boil up, the hangi coming through and being used in a restaurant. It's very special. And it's special that this is such an iconic place. This is a super iconic place to eat in New Zealand. And what a way to end part one of this video. So there is a lot of good food around here. So this is part one. We're filming the second part tomorrow, and it's going to be good. There is a massive array, huge lineup of food for tomorrow. So thank you for watching this one. Check out the details below about everywhere we've eaten, how you too can get out there, do this. There's so much more good food in this region. We're just tip of the iceberg we're covering, and it is good. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the other videos. Check out the first one in this series and enjoy part two of this video.